So anyway, Mike, as I was saying, you're just gonna have to work harder, man. You asshole. What is it about this game and being a total fucking asshole all the time? Ah, damn. You know what? I'm leaving that. I might need it. I have so much more on my mind, but I'm not. You know what? There's only you and me. For me, work is just nonstop, Mike. And it was great to have yesterday as the wellness day that they provide, because, you know, in a different sort of way, you know, I am doing, you know, so that is nice. That's a nice feature. I do not take it for granted. My manager talked to us all and said, do not let anyone ding. Okay, well, you know what? That was the fairy. So I wanted to look at the dungeon map. That's the room we were in. Dang, okay, it's really hard to see the dungeon map when it's blinking, but that's the room we're in. It is nothing. There is nowhere to go. So, backtrack, I guess. But I have zero complaints. I don't have any business to complain. I'm happy with the team. They're all great. Everybody works hard there. Everybody pulls their weight because there's so much work. It never ends. And it's not like, I don't know how to describe it. There's just so much paperwork all the time. It's not, you know, computer work, paperwork, you name it. It's all the time. There's you know, very few times of like downtime, and that downtime is spent, I can tell you, that it's at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when most of the United States is that we service is done for the day. They've wrapped up. Now the sales, they never stop. They go all night long. The orders come in all day long, that kind of thing. But for the most part, the orders never stop. But there is a time, usually around 4:30, closer to 5, where some of them are gone, and so then it's time for busy work. So that's the other thing that happens. I end up filing paperwork until like 6 or 7 at night. And that is and that's trying to keep ahead. Totally trying to keep ahead is all it is. So as I said before, you know, Pegasus boots are on. I have no complaints whatsoever. They are a good company. They do care as much as any company is going to care, you know. So yeah, you know, zero complaints. But I am definitely one of the people who realizes, you know, that that's not the way it is for everybody. Oh, look at this. This was the way to go. Okay, so the weird thing is the red is now available Oh, we can get this chest. We found the compass. I'm good. I'm glad for you, homie. But this is more than likely, you know, this could be my last stop on my career. And I don't really want to go anywhere else. I'm not looking for anything else. I'm not, you know. Like I said, this could definitely be the last stop of my, you know, of my career. Okay, I'm gonna go over here. Okay, we turned the wheel and we went this way. And that's where we came in. But I don't feel like we're gaining anything. Oh, we did have the blue down. Get here, fuckwads. Now the blues are down. We could go this way. Oh boy. I think we got another skeleton over here. Well, they had a key, and now the red is up. So we're now 2 keys in, but we're at the top of the wheel. Oh man, I did not expect us to turn that direction. Is it something to do with this? No. Or maybe. Because we can't get over there that way. So, and it sounds like even though your job isn't what you want it to be, you are still doing something that, like, tomorrow you get to be off type thing. So I'm thinking you're like doing like a team lead type thing or something along those lines that allows you to have the opportunity to take the time to be off on Sundays now. And then one other day in the week. Ah, you have Sundays and you have holidays off. Gotcha. All right, so where are we? Well, good deal. Got the compass. We got the third. We got the site. We got 2 keys. Use the rotating in the room with the guineas. Go up to the ledge, hit the crystal switch, and get the compass. Okay, so we got to go back to the crystal switch, and we've got to we gotta hit it. Again, and I would say that's a good thing. You've been there long enough that you should get some kind of benefit for seniority. Oh shit. I did not expect these fuckers to be in here. stupid guineas. Just die already. Okay, I think the switch now is to the red, is now going to be the blue switch. Not management, just a letter carrier. I'm not an RCA, Rural Carrier Associate, and I'm not a you're no longer a contractor then. So you're going to be full-time employee. Is that going to be better for you? Again, I would say that's a good thing. You know, that's a dang good thing. It can be way worse. There's no doubt about it. There is always worse, Mike. My beautiful cousin right now is dealing with her breast cancer, which was supposed to be, once she had her mastectomy, her double mastectomy, it was supposed to be done. But because of the strain she has, she's now doing chemo. So she's got, 3 weeks, every 3 weeks she has to do chemo. And she's in the fight of her life right now. Even though everything's gone. After she does chemo, then she has to do radiation, and then after radiation, she's doing hormone therapy, and hopefully her body will have no cancer. So it can always get worse. Definitely. Yeah. Okay, there's a wall I'm supposed to bomb. How the hell am I supposed to see this? Okay, I did bomb this wall. Okay, I bombed the wall, I went through, I used the Pegasus, got the key, got the chest, exit the way I came. Go east and north. Yeah. Go east and then north to the part of the room and use the long hook to switch places with the stone diamond on the right. I think probably I didn't put the stone diamond out there. Oh, it is right there. Okay. So yeah, you just gotta, gotta know that it could be worse. She had no history of it. Here's hoping for a fast and speedy recovery. Thank you, and I'm sure she appreciates the sentiment. She has a great support system in all of us. You got, Chad to make her laugh, me to be the practical one, and her mom and dad have been great. Before that, they weren't even really, they all had their issues, not that they weren't close, their family, but they all had their stuff, and they've really come together to be there for each other. I wonder what that block is for. I wonder if that block is But yeah, we were pretty devastated, that she is they said she had to do chemo. I was like, how much more does a person have to give? Bastards, just die already. Shit. Yeah, I pushed this block already, and we went down here, didn't we? Get the 4th key. We only have 3 keys, so we have a 3rd key. I hate this because oh, maybe we already opened up a room with the key and that's what the exit to the north. She's such a good-natured lady, though. Honestly, Mike, you would love my cousin. She's such a great lady. She's really cool, and she's very, very smart. She's a health and human, like a professor of health and human services kind of professor. For rural America, and so she works to try to find solutions for people who are the farmers, the rural. Yeah, she's very, very well, very, very intelligent woman, extremely, and very proficient in her career. Mostly right, like the goal is to help underprivileged students get a career in nursing or get a career in health and human services, and so that they can adapt problems to their area as well. So she's, you know, it's hard for her to have to take all the time away from work to basically, you know, take care of herself. And bravely, and I don't think I could do this because I'm too vain. She shaved her head, and in lieu of knowing that she was gonna have chemo, she didn't want to have to deal with losing her hair. Yeah. Yeah, she's one of Chad's favorite people. I know that for a fact. We love her. Which is more reason why, you know, I just hope everything works out okay. I've never had a family member this close that has had this. I've had friends, but never a family member. So it's, yeah, it's, It's definitely scary. And she's so strong. She's so larger than life, strong. I don't think your mom, right, Mike? Right, your mom. It's just, you just keep fighting the good fight, and I don't know. No one pushed her to get a double. So your mom did not. Would your mom have done it, do you think? For a lot of women, so it switched to bone cancer, and that was it. Yeah. If you don't clip the source, it definitely can become, bone cancer. My brother, he got leukemia, and that was his diagnosis, was a stage 4 leukemia, before he died. I mean, they gave him like no hope. It's funny. It's not funny. It's a month now since my brother died 3 years ago. And when the doctor, when they finally discovered that it was, like a stage 4 leukemia, Larry asked, is there any hope? Is there anything I can do? Mom and dad were like, can we take him to the Mayo Clinic? Can we do anything at this point? And he looked at him straight in the face, the doctor did, and said, do you have your stuff squared away? Do you have your will? He wasn't being rude. He was just preparing my brother for the fact that there was very little they could do, and that it would all be palliative. And it shook my brother to the core. I know it did. He really literally shut down from that, from those words right there. Mom and dad said that dad's the one who told me, Larry didn't. I didn't talk to Larry on those last few days. He didn't want anyone else involved, as far as not me, not my sister, not my brother. He honestly was in his own mind, and Mom and Dad would not leave, and they stayed, and finally, in the last hours before he passed, he told Mom and Dad, please go home, please go get some sleep, and I'll see you in a couple hours. And then Mom and Dad did. Mom was exhausted, Dad was exhausted, they followed. He didn't want them there anymore. And so they went back to their hotel. The house that they were downstairs was the hotel, was the house they were staying in. And then an hour later, the nurse called and said he was gone. That he knew he was going to die. He knew it was time to let go and stop the fighting. And he didn't want Mom and Dad to be witnessing it. So that last moment, he wanted to do it on his own. I don't know how your mom and your dad passed, Mike. We have never really talked about it. I know some things are extremely private, but if you ever want to talk about it, you got to know I'm there, man. Chooch and I both are there. And dude, Pentarchs, AC in his own way. And, the list goes on and on of all the people who really love you and believe in you. Even though we're so all over the world and we're all like in this medium, it doesn't mean you're less to us than real. Or that, you're not alone. There's so many of us. You're not alone. That's what you need to know. You're not alone. That was one of and also I had me and my brother didn't get along all the time. Me and my brother had lots of problems over the years. He was not my real brother, he was my adopted brother. But I never treated him less than my real brother, to be honest. And we didn't always get along. We did not have a good relationship, a good part of our lives growing up. So it was really difficult for me to go to that funeral and then to go and see all those jackasses I went to school with, except for a few that, they're what you expect. They're either doing extremely well and they are like not living in the town where I grew up, or they're just the same losers, in my opinion, that have done nothing with their lives except be the same things that they were when they were in high school. The same type of people, the same cattiness, the same old baloney, you name it. But some got lucky, some went to college, and then they came back to be the same people they were. So it was almost like when I went there, that time had stopped. And I was there with my 4 kids, and I was glad to shut the door on it finally. I told Chad I would never go back. I didn't go for my 30th anniversary or whatever it was. I didn't go for it. Because they don't define me. So, but I think that's the thing, we all grieve in our own way. Mom and Dad, their whole life has ended pretty much for that. Mom's, she's still there, but she's just not, she's not the same. And as she creeps older and he creeps older, she's becoming very, 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 very religious. The gates of the door are right there, so it's like, okay, gotta make sure. Say my 50 million Hail Marys so I can walk through it. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what they believe, if that's what you believe, if that's what anybody believes, there's nothing wrong with that. I have nothing but respect. But I do believe that you walk through life and you will move on to the next. Yeah, exactly. You will walk through life, you will move on to the next in the same thing you were when you left, And I have had, such a week of trying not to say the wrong things to the wrong people, to say, to perpetrate more angst and more crap every single week. It's coping. It's like there's got to be increase in telemeds, or like psychological, and going to the psychiatrist, and going to the analyst, and going to the behavioral therapist, and going to all those, to try to keep the people who feel sane to keep them feeling sane. Because when do we vilify someone who was so god darn awful in real life? What? What could they, except for the fact that what happened to them, which we all feel bad about. But if they'd ever get some freaking working gun laws, that actually means something to us as a community, maybe we wouldn't have more of these kind of things. And, maybe a young man wouldn't have resorted to the bad choice they made, which will forever affect their life. Because, they're calling for, they're obviously going to call for the death penalty on it. And as they should. It was wrong. And you have to wonder about the parents. So I think that's what it is. I think that there's just got to be tons of people in some type of therapy. It's gotta be. All right, so we can't go here. There's a lot of we can't goes. We can't go here yet until we find something to do the blue. We can't do the blue until I don't even get what's going on here. We can't do the blue at all.